Welcome back to another video, guys. I have no idea what's going to be in this one because I've been here in the yard most of the week making a couple of changes. Let me know if you can spot them. All right, put them in the comments. So it's Friday night. I've just had my second job of the week, so it was just a little loader. It turned into a bit of a mission, but I will try and make a bit of a video on that. But anyway, I will go now and put something together, and we'll find out together what's in this video because I have no idea. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you see different. All right, thanks guys. Well, welcome back everybody. It is now, I'm just looking, just being nosy, trying to get out the gate at the yard, but somebody's parked over it. It is now Friday. That last little video doing the run down to Newdigate was on Monday, so Friday the 23rd of May, and I'm just going to move a Moxie dump truck. Well, I call them a Moxie, so it's a Caterpillar articulated dump truck. It's got a water cart, basically a water cart body slid in the back of the dumper with the bar and everything. It's got a broken shocky on one side, so it's all listing over to one side. It's Friday afternoon, it's raining. Good times ahead. I'll spin you around here, see if we'll focus on the windscreen or beyond the windscreen. Sorry, I've just eaten and I got the old humbug because I ate too bloody much. Alright, it's not focusing. That might have it. Alright, so I'm just gonna jump out, double check that I've unlocked the turntable because I broke bolts off my block the other day. Righto, turntable is locked, and I got very wet doing that. Now I'm going to have to try and get out the drive here.
Got a 4.9 there, the rigid. On the chain for the red, just going slow.
As you see, we've got the container yard across the road. So old mate's sitting in there with his hazard lights going, blocking the driveway, and I saw him walk to the shell, and this other one's parked here where I need to swing. So absolutely bloody hopeless. What a pain in the ass. I really don't want to run over the lawn. Righto, we're out of the yard. Now I've got new boots on, brand spanking new boots, so I'll probably grate some gears, but that's my excuse for today. I don't know what my excuse is for every other day. So we've got to head up the freeway in the rain on Friday afternoon. I've just replaced, oh that's terrible, my AdBlue pump on this, the dosing pump. I've just replaced that. I've had, like I work Monday and I've had the rest of the week pottering around, and luckily I didn't get to wash the truck because it's raining. So any wash would have been completely futile. So I was coming back from Katanning the other day and I had a couple of warning lights, one saying that the emissions levels were incorrect or too high, and another one saying that the dosing pump failed to prime. So I pulled up and mucked around on the side of the road, So what I could find by playing around was that the dosing pump wasn't priming, like it wasn't drawing any air blue, it wasn't sucking anything up from the tank. So I diagnosed it myself as the pump, and I couldn't hear the pump working, couldn't feel the pump working. I went through fuses and circuit breakers and relays, and everything seemed to be getting power, but it wasn't working. So I got on the phone and I rang a few places, tried places like Truckline, Maxis, and they could all get the pump, but they didn't have them. It was Saturday morning. Everything in the world and here in WA shuts at 12 o'clock on Saturday. And I rang Kenworth, Forestfield, CJDs, and they had one there. It was $3.5 grand plus GST plus core deposit. So it would have been nearly $5 grand I would have emptied my wallet by. And I was pretty much on my way there, thinking I'll get there before lunchtime, I'll get it, you know, $5 grand, but then I'll get on with my life. But I thought I'll try Cummins direct. So I've used the Cummins website. It's great for finding parts, but I had the part number, but I could not find the dosing pump there. So even going off my engine number and that, I still couldn't find it. So I've spoken to them on the phone before, and they're actually pretty good. And I know you can get parts after hours. It costs a bit of money, but so I was looking. I googled Cummins Parts Perth, and this multi-spears come up, and I thought I've never used them, but their website said Cummins Parts. Got on the old dog and bone, and the guy on the phone says, we should have one. We carry them for everything else, for Volvos and Scanias and that. I'm sure we've got one for a Cummins, and sure enough, one on the shelf, $2 grand. I said, put one aside for me, I'm coming. And he said, we've got 11 here. I said, I don't care, put one on the shelf with my name on it. And I raced it back, got there at like 10 to 12, and brilliant. So it wasn't too much of an ordeal to change. I didn't film any of it. Seems to have fixed the problem. It's back drinking AdBlue like it used to, but I do need to go and get plugged in to clear that after treatment light, because it's emissions. It won't just clear itself once the problem's gone. You actually need someone with a laptop. So I was going to do that today, but then this job come in, and it's more important to make money. It's been a very quiet week, so we're just going to do. Where am I here? We're just going to go and do this little job, and make some dollars for a Friday. Well, we're at the auction house, and it is heaving. Had to wait half an hour to get in, and now we're backing down. They had to dig out the machine I was after. I'm hoping they've dug out the right one. It doesn't look like it to me, but we'll keep on going. So it's been a bit of a mission. I think there was 5 trucks in here when I got here, and there's really only room for one at a time. So I got a guy who's backing down in front of me. He's taking a grader. I'm going all the way down to. I think they've got the wrong one out for me. I really do, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. So I've got to stop here beside a John Deere grader, because the guy in front of me is getting the John Deere. Right, so I think that's his grader over there. I think they've got the wrong one out for me. Whew. Man, what a mission. I'll leave that there for now. Right, let's go. may have forgotten you were there. All right, what we've got is a man talking to himself on the camera. Okay, just a little dump truck with a broken ram, broken shocky, so it's leaning like buggery. I hope it's empty. It should be empty. It's been transported in here. Anyway, let's get out of Dodge. 2 hours they've been here for. 2 hours, too long. Oh, and I left the heater going. Good one, buddy. On that. So price this job on hourly, and then you come and sit here for 2 hours and it all sort of goes out the window a bit. It happens. Right. Let's make our way through this auction yard. I touched that screen and it focused in. Right, so she's a bit of a full house. Nice little quad and dolly there, wouldn't mind that. Get some windows down, get some fresh air in here. Right, I just sent old mate a message to say that we're on our way. We've got to send me maps. Where's he going with that? Thank you. Cheers, mate. that was easy. We're out on the way. And I just got to take it very steady. Just got to take it very steady because I've seen people move these before and not realise they were loaded. And it ends in tears. So I didn't feel loaded to me, but I don't want to find out the hard way. It is heavy, I'll give it that. So we've got about 85 kilometres to deliver it, so that ain't so bad. That ain't so bad. Old mate here is kind enough to let me out. Look at that. There's still some good people in the world. He took 30 seconds out of his life to let me go, and I'm bloody grateful for that. Righto, so we're leaving Midland and we're heading to Mambala. Righto, let's go. Right, now it's travelling fine, but it's just uneasy because it's leaning. It was leaning when it was sitting on the ground, but you put it on top of a truck another metre higher, and every time you look in the mirror it's leaning to the left, and you're just all the time thinking, shit. Traffic is not too bad for a Friday afternoon. We're going to go down Tonkin onto Thomas, down Southwest Highway, all the way down to North Dandalup, out Lakes Road, and that way and somewhere out there before we get to the freeway. So I've got a few sets of traffic lights to get through yet. But for a Friday arvo, it's 20 past 2. Traffic's not too bad. The usual pushy people, you know, the ones that just cannot wait. But you get that. We'll get to the front of the queue for the next ones. Anyway, it's all good. So, I missed the driveway. Managed to get turned around there, wasn't very pretty. But yeah, just waiting for old mate. He's 2 minutes out, so that's pretty good timing. He left the city, and yeah, I left Midland. So he's given me a lot number for the road. It's only a short road, but yeah, I couldn't find any lot numbers. He said he had a couple of pink ribbons out the front or whatever, so I'll just give him a minute and I'll head down there. there we go. That probably didn't look as bad as it felt. It felt pretty awful backing that off there. I just said to them, I said, let me know how much water's in it when they're going to strip the tank off that, because it's just normal Moxie dump truck with a water cart fabbed up that sits inside the body. So yeah, I said, let me know how much water you get out of it, because I reckon there's a lot of water in there. It's one of those things, like I was just telling the guys in heavy salvage, I drove heavy tow trucks for a while, 10 years, and I've seen that someone rock up to load an articulated water cart, Moxie like that, and drive, yeah, it's all good to go. Drove it on the float, chained it down, first roundabout, over she went, and it was full of water. You think the operator would go, oh, it's got water in it. And like that, it's hard to judge. So it definitely wasn't full of water. If it had, I reckon that was probably a 15,000 litre tank, maybe more. If that was full, I would have really felt it, but it felt a bit heavy, and occasionally I felt a bit of a surge. But anyway, that's it. All right, Friday night, 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Friday, what did I say before? The 23rd of May. Next week, I've got some dolly jobs. So I'm going to head back to the yard now, and I might strip this thing to bits, as in take the top wings off. I've got to take the winch off. Oh, how do you like that? I turned that on. Take the top wings off and make it, put it together with the dolly, and do some heavy stuff next week. And the some part of the weekend, it needs some love. It's all greased up and everything. It just needs to be washed. It's looking a little bit manky. I watched that Sean Thompson in Scotland, and I don't know how many times a video he says, oh, it's manky Frankie, talking about the state of his truck, and just bloody stuck in my head. So yeah, it's a bit manky. The weather is supposed to be okay tomorrow, so we'll just see what happens. Righto, boys and girls, thank you kindly for watching. And somebody's told me I need to say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, or comment or something. But you do what you want to do. I'd appreciate it, but no pressure. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching. Very quiet week, just the 2 jobs, 2 totally different jobs, but that's what we done. Appreciate you tuning in, guys. See you next time.